Good day everyone. I am Mr. John Vincent Emperador. I am going to discuss about technical and vocational education institutions in the Philippines of MTE 503. The growth of technical and vocational schools. The establishment of technical and vocational schools is one of the major strategies adopted by the government in addressing the growing demand for trained manpower. In most cases, the new vocational school is a national, provincial, or barangay high school converted into a vocational school such as agricultural school, trade school, or fishery school, depending on the economic environment. As the number of technical and vocational schools increased, the need to provide education and training opportunities at post-secondary collegiate level also increased. Most state colleges offering technology education were formerly non-chartered or vocational schools under the Department of Education, Culture and Sports or DECS. Likewise, most of the state universities offering post-secondary, vocational, or technical courses and degree programs in technology were established out of the existing state technical colleges or were mergers of a state college and public technical or vocational schools within the primary service area of the university. Let us first define what is non-chartered public vocational schools. Non-chartered public vocational school is a government-owned technical and vocational education institutions offer the secondary vocational option curriculum, post-secondary vocational courses or 4-year degree programs in agriculture, trade, or fishery education or a combination of 2 or more of these programs. What are the different types and subtypes of non-chartered public vocational schools? The first kind of non-chartered public vocational schools is agricultural schools. Here are the different types of agricultural schools. Number 1 is rural high schools or rural schools. It is located in the countryside offering the secondary education curriculum. Number 2 is agricultural high schools. It is usually larger than rural high school. It offers secondary education curriculum. Number 3 is post-secondary agricultural schools. It is authorized to offer post-secondary courses in agriculture leading to Bachelor of Agricultural Technology or BAT. It is headed by Vocational School Administrator or Vocational School Superintendent. Number 4 is College of Agriculture. It is large higher education institutions. It offers secondary, tertiary, and graduate level agriculture courses and agricultural teacher education. It is headed by Vocational College Superintendent. Number 5 is Industrial Schools. It offers both agricultural and industrial courses. Some offer only the agriculture program at the secondary level or at the secondary and post-secondary levels depending on facilities, funding, and other essential resources. Let us now proceed with the next kind of non-chartered public vocational schools, which is the trade schools. Here are the different types of trade schools. Number 1 is secondary trade school or trade school. It is authorized to offer the secondary education curriculum. Some schools located in urban communities offer short vocational courses. It is headed by principal. Number 2 is post-secondary trade schools or School of Arts and Trades. It is authorized to offer post-secondary technical and vocational trade courses in addition to the secondary trade curriculum. Some are authorized to offer the 3-year technician courses and the industrial technology course leading to BS Industrial Technology. It is headed by Vocational School Administrator or Vocational School Superintendent. Number 3 is College of Arts and Trades. Authorized to offer trade and industrial courses at the secondary, post-secondary, and degree levels. The courses offered under College of Arts and Trades is BS Industrial Technology and BS Industrial Education. Some institutions offer graduate programs for industrial technology teachers, supervisors, and administrators in industrial arts and vocational and industrial education. It is headed by Senior Vocational College Superintendent. The last type of trade schools is number 4, Technical Education Institute or TEIs. These are trade schools or colleges or schools of arts and trades under DECS or Department of Education, Culture and Sports, which are strengthened under the ADB loan-funded Technical and Vocational Education Project. Offers the 3-year Industrial Technician course leading to a diploma in Industrial Technology. Out of 7 schools of arts and trades designated as TEIs, 14 state universities and colleges were included in this project, by which their existing technician institutes, schools, or colleges was upgraded to form part of the technical education network. The next kind of non-chartered public vocational schools is fishery schools. Here are the different types of fishery schools. Number 1, secondary fishery schools. It is authorized to offer the secondary education curriculum. The major fields of specialization are fish capture, fish culture, and fish preservation. It also offers short-term or non-formal education courses designated to increase livelihood education opportunities for out-of-school youth and the productivity of the fishing communities. It is headed by principal. Number 2, post-secondary fishery schools. It offers 3-year fishery technology curriculum in addition to the secondary education program in fishery. Some of these schools offer BS Fisheries in addition to the above-mentioned courses. It is headed by Vocational School Administrator or Superintendent. Number 3 is College of Fishery. Authorized to offer 4-year collegiate courses in fishery leading to the BS Fisheries or BS Fishery Education. Depending on their resources, these institutions may be authorized to offer graduate courses. It is headed by Vocational College Superintendent. Number 4 and the last type of fishery schools is Regional Institute of Fishery Technology or RIFT. These are post-secondary fishery schools or colleges of fishery which are upgraded or strengthened under a World Bank loan-funded fishery technology education project to offer 3-year fishery technician curriculum leading to the diploma in fishery technology. Under this project, 7 RIFT were established out of 2 non-chartered fishery schools under DECS and 5 fishery institutes or units of state universities and colleges. The last kind of non-chartered public vocational schools is the home industry schools. Here are the different types of home industry schools. Number 1, School of Home Industries or School for Craftsmen. It is authorized to offer the secondary education curriculum with specialization in specific areas of home industry. They also provide short-term or non-formal courses. Some are authorized to offer the 2-year technical curriculum or certificate in craftsman technology. We are now done learning with the different non-chartered public vocational schools. Let us now proceed with our next topic, which is the chartered state universities and colleges. Let us first define what is Chartered State Universities and Colleges or SUCs. Chartered State Universities and Colleges or SUCs are autonomous educational institutions operating under a self-governing board. State universities operate under Board of Regents, while state colleges are under a Board of Trustees. All the members of the board are appointed by the President of the Philippines, and all the governing boards are chaired by the Secretary of Education, Culture and Sports or his designated representative. The President of the SUCs are appointed by the President upon recommendation of the board concerned. For coordination and collaborative efforts, the SUCs formed organization which is called Philippine Association of State Universities and Colleges, or PASUC. Here are the different state universities and colleges providing technology education. We have three categories: state universities, specialized technical colleges, and polytechnic colleges. The curriculum for state universities is that it offers various academic disciplines including technology education in agriculture, industry, fishery, or business at the post-secondary, baccalaureate, and graduate levels. The example type of SUCs under state universities are UP System, Mindanao State University, Mariano Marcos State University, Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, Cagayan State University, Pangasinan State University, Bicol State University, Isabela State University, University of Southeastern Philippines, and Technological University of the Philippines. The curriculum for specialized technical colleges is that it offers only a major cluster or major area of technology such as agriculture, trade, or fishery. Other may offer engineering such as agricultural engineering in an agricultural college. The example type of state universities and colleges under specialized technical colleges are Visayan State College of Agriculture, Philippine Merchant Marine Academy, Bulacan College of Arts and Trades, and Iloilo State College of Fisheries. The curriculum for polytechnic colleges, it offers two or more areas or cluster of technologies such as agriculture, forestry, trades, business, and others. The example type of SUCs for polytechnic colleges are Central Luzon Polytechnic College, Eulogio Amang Rodriguez Institute of Science and Technology, Don Mariano Marcos Memorial Polytechnic State College, Rizal Technological Colleges. Let us now proceed with our next topic, which is the conversion of public secondary and post-secondary schools into other types of schools. To regulate the conversion of public secondary and post-secondary schools, MEC, or Ministry of Education and Culture Order No. 29 Series of 1982 was promulgated. The order embodied the criteria for the conversion of these institutions and the need to submit a proposal and relevant feasibility study indicating that the proposed conversion will support local development goals and programs. Conversion of different types of institutions. We have three types of institutions. Number 1 is public general high school to secondary vocational school. Next one, we have secondary vocational school to post-secondary vocational technical school or non-degree programs. And the last type of institution is post-secondary vocational technical school to tertiary school or degree programs. These three types of institutions shares for the same conversion criteria. Number 1, there is a high demand to the proposed school as indicated in the survey conducted by officials of MEC, MOLE, and NEDA regional offices. Number 2 is there is no existing school or college within a radius of 15 km or province offering the same curriculum. Number 3 is the proposed school has adequate and appropriate training equipment, facilities, buildings, and registered or title site based on existing minimum standard requirement by MEC. And last one is the conversion should be authorized by MEC or by an enabling act or batas pambansa. While these three types of institution shares the same conversion criteria, they are also differ from these criterias. On public general high school to secondary vocational school, it is differ on these criterias. The said conversion of school is supported by local development goals and manpower needs as attested by the local government and NEDA regional office. The school is anticipated to assume more significant role in the socio-economic development of its service area if converted into a vocational school. And the last one is there is a high population density of persons belonging to the high school age bracket who have the aptitude and interest to pursue vocational studies. On secondary vocational school to post-secondary vocational technical school or non-degree programs and post-secondary vocational technical school to tertiary school or degree programs, they are shared with the same criteria. It is, the proposed school has satisfactorily implementation of the previous program for a period of at least 5 years. While these two types of institutions shares the same conversion criteria, they also differ from these criteria. On secondary vocational school to post-secondary vocational technical school or non-degree programs, it is differ on this criteria. The school has enough teachers who are holders of a bachelor's degree with appropriate major preparation, civil service eligibility, and at least 1 year experience as secondary school teacher. On post-secondary vocational technical school to tertiary school or degree programs, it is differ on this criteria. The school has enough instructors who are master's degree holder or its equivalent with appropriate major preparation, civil service eligibility, in at least 3 years experience as a cooperating teacher or 2 years as secondary school teacher. Here are the different school site requirements for each vocational schools. School site requirements. Here are the different school site requirements for trade and industrial schools, agricultural schools, and fishery schools. For land area of trade and industrial schools, the site should be at least 4 hectares relatively level and drained. For agricultural schools, the site must not less than 50 hectares plus 4 hectares for the main school campus for secondary agricultural schools, 100 hectares plus 4 hectares for the main school campus for post-secondary agricultural schools, and 200 hectares plus 4 hectares for the main school campus for tertiary schools offering degree programs. For fishery schools, the site must not be less than 4 hectares of fairly fertile well-drained land with a reservation of 4 hectares of swampland close to the main site for fish pond purposes. In terms of location, trade and industrial schools, agricultural schools, and fishery schools shares the same school site requirements for location. As much as possible, it should be strategically located in fairly large community within the service area to ensure the steady supply of students. The site must be accessible to highways or feeder roads and must be close to a good source of water supply. In terms of condition, for trade and industrial schools, the site must be free from crowded population. It should not be located near recreational places or places of questionable character. For agricultural schools, the soil must be fertile, appropriate for raising animals, crops, fruit trees, and some form of gardening or agricultural work. The site must be located some distance from town in order to provide adequate accommodation for outlying students, farms, and settlements. For fishery schools, the site should be at least be distance from the town in order to be free from noise, odor, and dust. In terms of limitation, trade and industrial schools, agricultural schools, and fishery schools shares the same school site requirement for limitations. It must be at reasonable distance from army installation, cockpits, cabarets, cemetery, prison, manufacturing, and industrial establishments. That's all about my topic, Technical and Vocational Education Institutions in the Philippines. Thank you and God bless.